NorCal, 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
All right, you guys, it is Ric James. That's Rick without the K. James, in my opinion, podcast. Another episode. I've got the legendary fucking comedian. I can't say enough. Russell.
You can.
Yeah. Russell fucking Peters, man. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sitting down with me.
I don't want to leave you hanging, Rick. I promised you I would. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
we're doing it. You know, Half Gracie is sitting in the room right now. The legendary Half Gracie.
We got people in the background. We
the legendary Breakbeat Lou is sitting in the background.
Man,
You're a hip hop head, right?
Yes.
Do you know who Breakbeat Lou is?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, we're about to. I want to. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted you to be on the podcast. Is not just because I do comedy as well, but I've watched you on other people's podcasts. I've seen you on DJ Vlad. I've seen you on Drink Champs. I didn't know you was on that. So
I did it again too.
Yeah, and that was dope. So I kind of wanted to jump in because I've done my own stuff on hip hop. And that's the reason why I wore this hat today. I wore these glasses because when I got them, I put them on, and my son was like, "Where are those glasses from? Those are stupid."
And
so please tell me, where these glasses.
DMC, son.
There you go.
Got the whole DMC look right there, and so, not Run. That's DMC.
These are the Gazelles, man. So they're fake. They're little cheap
that's fine.
toy glasses.
Don't matter.
But I did that just because I'm trying to teach my kids.
Yeah, but you know what you did? You rolled the brim of your hat down a little, so it looks more cholo now.
Oh, is that
which is better? No, it's good. It's better for if you're Mexican. It works better.
And
it's like a twist on an old classic.
I also know you're executive producer on Hip Hop Evolution.
That's correct.
And I was wondering, just because I have kids, I try to teach my kids about old school because you got to know where you came from to where you're going, right?
That's right.
So I wanted to know why you decided to put your name onto that, why you wanted to be a part of that. I understand you used to be a DJ, but
I still do. I still DJ.
And yeah, you can
never retired.
So did you do it just because you want to show your kids something a little later?
Sorry, that was my fault.
No worries.
Well, no, I did it because I always looked for a hip hop documentary and it never. Anytime I saw one, it was never right.
Okay.
It was always like kind of broad strokes, and they skipped over things. And I'm sure there's stuff we skipped over on Hip Hop Evolution too, but it's not. We didn't skip over it because we wanted to. We skipped over it for reasons that were out of our control. Like people didn't want to do an interview, or somebody wasn't available, or whatever.
Okay.
So we did it that way. But I mean, we were well aware of what's missing and what's not missing, though.
Did you purposely set it up? I guess the new term is like a docu-series, So, because you sectioned it out from Southern rap to this to that,
I think. Well, it started off as
it was just because it's so vast. That's why
it became that way, because it started off as we were just going to do, where it started, and then leave it at that, and then we're like, well, it's evolution, so we got to go with where it started, where it went to, and where it's at. So that's how we ended up going across the board, and Southern and West Coast, and
okay,
and we wanted to explore it all.
Is it because I was born in '79? I don't want to put anybody's years out here, but
I'm born in '70. So,
you saw the transition from hip hop, and you saw the golden era of hip hop.
We sure did,
right? I don't know about you, but I miss it. That's why I was kind of wearing Biggie.
Hey,
I know he's one of your favorite.
He's
rappers,
one of my favorites,
right? So I have to ask this question because I didn't see anybody really else ask it on anybody's podcast. But who are your top 5 MCs of all time, and why?
That's never really an easy question because there's always people you're going to leave out that you meant to put in. But if you're saying MCs, I mean, that to me means somebody who can just rhyme. It doesn't mean if they had a hit song or not. So this is, there's MCs that are in my top 5, like AG from Showing AG.
Okay.
Lord Finesse, one of my best friends and one of my favorite rappers. Just sick on the mic, though. But still, to this day, won't be like, oh no, he's too fucking humble for his own good. Chino XL, I love when Chino rhymes. Nice. Again, Chino never had a hit song, but if you listen to Chino's rhymes, you're like, God damn, this motherfucker's a beast. Big L, obviously. And that leaves one slot open, and I don't know if that's open to anybody at that point, really. I mean, who do you really consider after that. I mean, there's so many fucking dope MCs. I'm sure I'm going to leave somebody out. Grand Puba's mad underrated too.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And I just went with the more below the surface people because I didn't want to give the usual answers.
Oh, okay. Because when we brought it up, I brought up Rakim because I feel like he doesn't get enough clout.
Well, Rakim always gets the shot. Everyone always calls Rakim the god, and everybody always makes Rakim their number one usually. And I think that's fair. But again, as an MC, I've seen Rakim perform, and I love Rakim. Don't get it twisted. But for me, an MC, like he said, means move the crowd. And Rakim, ironically, doesn't really do that with the crowd. Goes up, he does his songs, then he gets off. He doesn't really like engage. But that's not who he ever really was. He was always that guy who just wrote dope songs.
So, what's probably like one of the greatest rap concerts that you either been a part of or you've gone to check out?
I've seen a lot of really dope hip hop shows in my life. I saw Boogie Down Productions with Scott LaRock back in like 85 or 86. When did he get killed? 87? Yeah, he got killed. Lou, 87. 86, he got 86'd? Yeah, so I saw them in Toronto, Boogie Down Productions with KRS-One and Scott LaRock. I got to see Biz a bunch of times. Public Enemy was always dope. De La's always dope. Tribe was always dope. I think one of the most memorable nights was in Toronto, must have been around 87. And it was Salt and Pepper opened, and they killed it. They only had one song out at the time. I think it was I'll Take Your Man or Tramp, one or the other. And they killed it. And I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. Then Heavy D went on next. And at the time, he only had the Overweight Lovers in the House song out. Okay. Not even that. It wasn't even Overweight Lovers. It was Mr. Big Stuff was the only record that we knew. And that night, he premiered Overweight Lover. And I remember the fucking building bouncing. The whole building was bouncing. And then and MC Shan was headlining. Nice. And MC Shan was on top of the world at that time. And Shan's my man, but Shan was the weakest one on the show that night. Tell them they're asking all kinds of questions in this room. Wait, pick. Sorry, I gotta pick.
Have you gotten?
Pick. Hold on, I gotta tell Pick something. Yeah, Vikram's cool. He's my people. Okay. But tell him to wait a minute.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No problem. Have you gotten to see, like, I've heard, I haven't had the chance to see, I did get a chance to see, like, Wu-Tang.
I saw Wu-Tang.
That was fucking wonderful.
I saw Wu-Tang with
ago.
ODB.
Oh.
In 95 or 96.
Well, now his son does his stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah, there's a difference between Old Dirty Bastard's son filling in for him and Jason Bonham filling in for John Bonham.
Yeah.
Jason Bonham can actually fill in. You know what I mean?
But I've heard...
It's like Little Easy. Nobody wants to see Little Easy with NWA. I think the only replacement for Eazy-E and NWA would be Snoop.
Okay.
It would be like when they did that on that Chin Check song, and they had Snoop on it. That shit was beautiful. And then they really should have done an album. And they missed an opportunity 21 years ago.
21. Yeah. I've heard two of the highest energy people are Busta Rhymes.
Yes.
And DMX. Have you ever seen either one of them perform?
I've seen them both. They're both incredible in concert. But it depends on when you saw DMX. If you saw DMX in the 90s, it was incredible. Even up until the early 2000s. Then towards the end, it was a little hit and miss. You don't know which version of him you were going to get. Busta, despite his, he's incredible performer. Let's just say that. Busta's a really incredible performer. And that's why I don't think anybody wants to do a versus against him, because his energy, his performance level is just unmatchable.
Speaking about versus, since you brought it up, who did you have the Locks or did you have Dipset on?
I had the Locks all day. I never liked Dipset to begin with, so when I heard Locks were going up against them, I was like, the Locks are gonna fucking kill them, and the Locks fucking killed them. That's like putting up a Gracie against fucking anybody else. They're going to get killed.
No, I totally saw that one coming, and I'm glad that Jada Kiss finally got.
Oh, Jada got what, sanctified that night.
So and I'm assuming that he's one of your favorite rappers.
Oh, I love
as well,
Jada.
right?
Again, Jada's so fucking dope too.
Because I've also heard through one of the podcasts that "Last Day" is one of your favorite songs.
When my son was born, he must have been 2 minutes old, and I was holding him, and I played "Last Day" by Biggie, and I rapped the entire song to my son when he was born.
No.
When I got to Biggie's verse, I had tears in my eyes.
I wanted you to share that because I told my son that was the reason why we went and got a Biggie shirt today.
I think I might even
Right.
have a video of me doing it. Let me just see if I have that. You keep talking though. You keep fucking talking, bro.
Is there maybe a thing that you haven't covered now that you've done so many? I don't know if you want to call them episodes or part of the series. Is there something where you look back and you're like, man, I want to go back, and you just want to get that in there?
Yeah, there was plenty of stuff that we never got to do, and that was basically based on people not being available for us for whatever reason. I think people shied away from it. I think they were thinking we were looking for gotcha moments, which we were not. We were just looking for stories and things that they could share with us. And my friends came through at the end of the day. Melly Mel, Kaz, Herc, all the founding fathers came through for me, and that's all that really matters, because without them, there's nothing. None of what we're doing today is happening.
Like when I watch a lot of Vlad, right?
You watch a lot of-
Shout out to Vlad.
Shout out to Vladimir.
Yeah, and he had MC Search on there.
Yep.
And I grew up with third base.
Oh, so
but I didn't
Search
realize
is dope too. Search is one of those.
He found Nas. And
Oh yeah,
like,
Search is very responsible for a lot of things, and Search was a really dope MC. One of my favorite verses of Search was in Back to the Grill Again with Nas on it, and he had that line, "I saw you eating pig knuckles with Frankie Knuckles in a club called Chuckles, wearing nameplate belt buckles. God damn, your life's flimsy. Gave you enough respect, but took it back as I was stingy. From the cons and pros to the cons. Call me a motherfucker. I say, yeah, I fucked your moms." That's a fucking ill line right there. I'm like, that's fucking dope. I don't.
That
What's
came
funny
out,
is I've never met Search.
That came out, 88?
No, that was Back to the Grill Again. That was like 92, 93, 92. It was right before Illmatic came out. That's when Nas was doing features. I think that was right after he did Live at the Barbecue.
Okay. Have you had a chance to meet Nas?
No.
No.
And Nas is one of those elusive people for me, but I'll meet him one day. I mean, we have all the same friends. We know all the same people.
Okay.
So one day we'll cross paths.
Nas just a dope MC. Let me see what else I got on here for you. I wanted to ask what your favorite Big song was.
My favorite Big song?
Yeah. Is it The Last Day?
It could be Last Day, or it could be Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
It could be Suicidal Thoughts. It could be Dreams. It could be Unbelievable. It could be what was the first song on Ready to Die? Oh no, on Life After Death. The one where it starts off. I'll tell you what it is. I have it on my phone. I'll tell you right now. Because after a while you forgot the names of songs because you got Victory. I love Victory.
Okay.
On the Puffy album. Somebody's Got to Die. That's what it is. Somebody's Got to Die. You're nobody. I love every Big song, really.
Did you get a chance to meet Big?
Never got to meet Big. Lou, did you meet Big? Lou met Big a few times, I would imagine. Yeah, and
Nice.
Lord Finesse, who lives with me, he produced Suicidal Thoughts.
Oh, nice, man. Just so much history, with what's going on. And I just wanted to know, like I said, because I try to teach my kid, because he listens to, in our era, I felt like everybody was big. It was Big E, Big Pun, Big this, and his era is little this, little that, little that.
Yeah, well, because they were all
And
preemies.
They literally don't rap. So
The generation of preemies, that's why. Because our era did crack. So we can't get mad that they're mumbling. They just don't know how to fucking talk. That's why.
Boy Charlie Murphy, my main man, Ric James. That's the one you think, the comedian Ric James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.